Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, July 24th, 2012. Coming to you today because I've got something inside of me that's brewing and um, uh, kind of like a nail stuck in me. And that's paying attention, taking the time out to listen to what others have to say, being engaged. I think sometimes we're in this fast-paced world that we live in, and we forget um, that anything worthwhile takes time. So if somebody has something to say, it's worthwhile to listen to them. And sometimes that's hard to do. I've done that myself. Somebody wants to especially sometimes my sons want to say something to me and I'm not totally engaged in what they're saying because I'm on the computer, I'm listening to the television, and I forget to tune out to those things and fully listen. And I think we've all are guilty of that. And especially now, it just seems that nobody is paying attention to anything anymore. They're just moving from one event to the next, to the next, to the next. Their world is busy, busy, busy. And they forget some time to just sit back, take time, and pay attention. Like an example, last night, I went to my water aerobics, and these women I see twice, maybe three times in a week. And so they know me and they know what I look like. And, they're used to me. And what was really killing me, what was really bothering me last night is over the weekend, my niece dyed my hair. And she dyed it red. And I like it red. I like it darker. I don't really. She's been doing it with lighter highlights, and it was good, but I really like my hair darker. And so she came over and she brought the red hair dye, and I was really excited. And she did my hair, and I love it. I just love it being darker. I sometimes think that the darker uh, brings out the blue in my eye. So I like the way that I look. Maybe I'm the only one who does, but I think that's all that counts. As long as I like the way that I look, that's all that counts. Anyway, so I'm standing around and I'm warming up for the exercises, and I'm chatting with these two ladies, and I'm waiting, and nobody comments about my hair. So finally, I said, didn't the two of you notice that my hair is a different shade? And they looked at me and they said, oh, no, we didn't. And the one lady said, oh, I thought there was something different about you, but I just couldn't like put my finger on it. So to me, it's a big drastic change, but I guess they're not paying attention. They're sometimes I even wonder whether they're paying attention. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you're in a two-way conversation, and somewhere in the conversation you realize that they are not listening to anything that you're saying. You're taking in what they're saying, but they're not listening to anything you're saying. And that's usually when I dumb myself up and I just let them talk and just smile and figure, well, I guess I don't, I guess they don't have time to hear my side of it. They only want to speak their side of it. And that's another problem with the world today. Everybody wants to tell their story, but nobody wants to listen to the other story. And so I guess that's what's been eating at me these last couple of days. And you forget sometimes that anything worthwhile takes time, takes patience, takes attention. If you want to plant, if you plant a beautiful garden outside, and you want your flowers to bloom and blossom, and you want your yard to look beautiful, it takes time. You have to water your plants. You have to tend to the weeds. You have to tend to the minute details in order to get the results that you want. And people are the same way. If you want to cultivate a relationship with somebody, you have to pay attention to them too. You just can't, it can't all be about you. It has to be about them as well. And you'd be surprised that when you do shut off everything else and listen solely to somebody and pay attention solely to somebody, that some of them, they might have the most beautiful things to say and the most inspirational things to say to you. And you're not listening to them, and so you're not getting that. And so you're only, you're only losing out in the end. So that this is a quick message because I got a million things to do, and and I'm doing the same thing that I'm talking about, but truly I do have things going on. But I wanted to get this off of my chest because it's been bothering me these last couple of days. So example, I listened to a podcast this morning, and these two, the podcasts are two men that um, do book reviews. But it's not the normal, like, 2 or 3 sentence book review that most of us are used to. These two men go into minute detail about the book and what they read, and they pull out different chapters in it, and they pull out different quotes from it, and they dissect all the different parts that make up a book, and it really is very interesting to listen to them. But I was thinking to myself while I was listening to this podcast, who is going to sit here for an hour and totally listen to everything that they're saying? I don't think there's too many people. And that's what the problem. And yet they had the most fascinating things to say. And but I think that's really what the problem is today, is nobody takes time out of their day to listen to the